So I haven't done any recordings lately because there really wasn't anything different. It was the same old with my mom. But this week we were supposed to go to the cardiologist yet once again, and she wouldn't go. Monday I was supposed to give her a shower and do her hair and give her a haircut, and Tuesday we were supposed to go to the doctor. Monday she wouldn't let me put her in the bathtub, though we have like a rolling chair, so all she has to do is sit down and I can turn her around and roll her over, but nope, wouldn't do it. Tuesday I'm like, okay, we got to get up and get ready. No, I'm going back to bed. I'm scared to get in the car. I don't want to go. So I had to call and reschedule the appointment. So though the physical therapy and the occupational therapy, I believe, is helping her with her strength, like her ability to stand up, it still is not changing the fact that she is losing all balance. When I get her up, she's, pull her up, she's swaying back and forth. The fire department has been here probably 4 or 5 times to pick her up because I've had to put her down because I couldn't, there was no place. She, either, she just has no balance. Let's just put it out there. And there's really nothing that can be done for that because of the Parkinson's and the level she's at. So yesterday, so I made another appointment with the cardiologist, and yesterday, I don't carry my cell phone around with me all over the place, so it's down here. And I went up to make dinner, and when I came down to check the phone about, 7 o'clock or so, I got this message. Hold on.
This is Kitty Gossett. We emailed back and forth a little bit this morning. I'm wondering if you would mind giving me a call. I'm calling again regarding Mom. We're having a lot of trouble getting her to come make it to her appointments, I guess. She really needs to see Dr. Habal. She keeps having these pauses, as you know. They keep calling to check on her. Doctor needs to see her. She probably will require a pacemaker, and our concern is that she's going to have one of these pauses while she's walking or doing something and pass out, fall, and hurt herself. Please call back the office, 708-636-757.
Okay, sorry about that first message. I hope you got that. So that's the cardiologist's office begging my mom to come in. Now, let me just say, in the last 3 weeks, I have gotten no phone calls from them about any pauses. Okay? So this is a new one on me. They have called previously with saying, what was your mom doing at such and such time on such and such day? And they would call 5 or 6 days later, and I'm like, girl, I don't know. That was how many days ago? Why don't you call the next day and then I can tell you? So that's what they were doing. But the past 3 weeks, I've gotten no phone calls about any skips. So, obviously they're seeing something and not saying anything to us because I didn't know it was that bad for them to call and say, okay, time for her to have a pacemaker. So the original problem over a year ago when she got the little implant underneath her skin to monitor her heart rate was so that they could prove that her heart function or those skips were bad enough to require a pacemaker. At the time, Medicare wouldn't pay for it. And my mother wouldn't pay for it out of her pocket because she's cheap. So, the solution to that problem was monitor the heart for as long as it takes to prove to Medicare that she does need this pacemaker. But from the sound of that message, it sounds like it's bad enough now where she needs a pacemaker. So the issue is, I played my mom the message and I was like, okay, so now we have no choice. You have to either pay for the medical car to get you to and home from the doctor's office if you won't get in the car with me, or you're going to get in the car with me, but we have to go because it's obvious that, you know, by the sound of her voice, it's urgent that mom get this pacemaker. Well, she asked me, you know, what do I think? Well, you know, first of all, I hold power of, you know, attorney for her medical aspects. But here's the thing, the essence or the, wait, I got to think of the precedence for, and the way that medical or any power of attorney works, usually, according to how they've been doing them for years and years, is that power of attorney for somebody only kicks in either for special circumstances like limited power of attorney for a specific purpose, or a general power of attorney, and in this circumstance it would be medical. But technically, even though it says I have medical power of attorney, that really only applies if she is unconscious, crazy, out of her mind, not in touch with reality, has Alzheimer's or dementia, and is unable to make her own decisions. Then that medical power of attorney kicks in for me to take over. But as long as she can make her own decisions and she's in her right mind, which she is, I can't pull that power of attorney card out. I can't make the decision for her. And I was like, I can't make the decision for you. And she was like, well, thanks a lot, and I'm like, oh, it's not my body. It's not my pacemaker. This is a decision you have to make for yourself. Do you want a pacemaker? Do you want to live longer? Do you want to, stop those skips and increase, your heart function, if that's what the pacemaker can do? These are all decisions that you have to make yourself. That's not a decision for me to make. Now, I have two schools of thought. If it was me at this age, I would get the pacemaker. Okay, but let's be honest. Her quality of life at this point is not very good. She is terrified of everything. If when upstairs after the chairlift, she has to walk a few steps with that, with the regular walker, so I can get the sit walker, the one that they push that has the seat. I push her, and she gets too close to the wall, so I can put it behind her, but I got to move her just a tiny little bit past the handlebars because I have to turn it around so she can sit down. And she literally cries, oh my God, don't touch me, don't move me, and I'm like, Mom, you can just sit down. You got your hands on the handlebars. I just got to move your butt so you clear that handlebar. Oh no, my God. And she cries and cries. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, she's terrified of everything, not to mention the fact she won't use any extra equipment, no sit to stand lift, no lift period, no nothing. She every night, she's probably okay in the morning, but at night getting her up to bed, oh my God, nightmare. Last night I got her out of the chair and no, she had to go to the bathroom. No, how did that happen? She was trying to turn around to sit down in the wheelchair, and I put the wheelchair underneath her, and for some reason she went the opposite direction towards the chair, and I grabbed her and put her down, but until the fire department got, and I'm like, what happened there? I don't know. I just lost my balance, and I have to stand there and hold the wheelchair. Once she's up, I help her to turn because that chair is there. So I have to get the chair behind her. I had the chair behind her, and for what reason she went, the opposite. And this is happening, and I don't know what to do to stop it. The only thing that I can do is to get her to use that stand that you know, the lift where, you know, I pull it in, she kneels on it, pull her up, put the seat underneath her. Nope, she won't use it. And I can just dump her wherever she needs to go, but no, nope, won't use it. And so my point being is this, is it really beneficial to her at this, and this is just, you know, an open-ended question, but is it really beneficial to her at this point to get a pacemaker to prolong the agony? Because her knees are so bad that just standing up and walking, and I mean, you can hear it. I mean, it's like an old door creaking and popping, and her shoulder is so bad. You can't rub lotion on without you know, feeling the, I mean, you know, the whatever it is moving around and crackling, and it's awful. And, you know, not to mention the inability to balance and stand up. So what's her quality of life? She can't go anywhere. She can't do anything. She can't see anything. She can't do anything for herself. And if she can, she won't, because she's afraid she'll fall out of the wheelchair or something. I mean, it's, you know, it's just, you know, I don't know if it's, you know, I mean, I'll go along with whatever she chooses, but Lord, I mean, put a pacemaker in her and keep her alive longer, and then the Parkinson's will progress, and, you know, she'll, you know, if she doesn't have a stroke or something, you know, the Parkinson's will kill her. And God only knows how long that'll take. And we all know that, you know, dying of Parkinson's, depending on what it is that kills you about the Parkinson's. So, you know, your respiratory system starts working and your heart stops working, because Parkinson's is muscle related or motor skill related. So eventually, if she has a pacemaker, I don't know if the heart will stop because she has that pacemaker. So it'll probably be the fact that she'll lose the ability to swallow. And if she doesn't get a stomach tube, she'll starve to death. Or if her respiratory system stops working because it's a muscle, then she'll suffocate to death. I don't know. I mean, it's a nightmare. I don't even, you know, I mean, rather than have her starve to death or suffocate to death in her last minutes, you know, my husband used to like just strangle me until I passed out, and it ain't fun. Let me say, it's an awful thing. And, you know, for that to be your last memories on earth, you know, would it be better for her just to, you know, just for the heart to stop in her sleep or something, and just for it to be over? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what a god awful way to, I don't even know what to say. It's just, it's heartbreaking. I mean, and, you know, to have to be able to make these decisions about your life, you know, what would be the, you know, the better way of dying? You know, what way do I want to go? Because, you know, that's what's going to happen. So anyway, I just thought I would share the update. And she's crabby and she's nasty, and, you know, she doesn't like to go along with the program or try new things or try to do anything that would make it easier on her. She has to torture herself every day by doing everything the hard way. It's exhausting. All right, well, y'all have a good day. Be nice to yourselves. Bye.